Perfect. Okay. So this is the kickoff call for your cleanse. And you might have your cleanse. It might be on the way. Noreen, I just see you putting in, didn't get mine yet. That's fine. We're not going to actually do a start date because like there's three or four people that ordered just a couple of days ago. So it doesn't really matter if someone's on day one, day three, day four, day five. You're not going to be having the exact same experience as everybody anyway. So I don't think it's really going to matter if everybody's on the exact same date. Go with what feels right for you. Eleanor was just saying there as we started the call that she has a busy week coming up. So it's probably not a good idea to start this when you have a specifically busy week. Now, I kind of just started and jumped in, and I did have to, like, I'm self-employed, and I did have to cancel for a couple of days my clients just because I was exhausted and I had headaches and I was having kind of severe detox symptoms. But this call today really is I want to go through the schedule with you and I want to explain it to you and I want to explain the importance of staying on schedule, which is really, really important, especially for a cleanse for a number of reasons. And then I want to open it up and take any questions that you might have. So let me just share my screen. Here we go. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. So this is the guide that comes with your cleanse. And this is, just a little bit about the 10-day vacation from processed food. And I think that's a beautiful way to put it. This is a vacation from your body from processed food. Like there is a reason why, even in the Bible, Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. And we have all these stories through all religions, all cultures all over the world, actually, have fasting somewhere in there because it is so good for our body. And we are living in a world today where we are overfed and deeply undernourished, like deeply, deeply, deeply undernourished. So we really want to be thinking about this. And this is only 10 days. It's just a 10-day vacation from processed, heavy food. And what you're doing is you're giving your entire body a rest and a break. And so the clean green superfoods transformation contains no sugar, gluten, soy, pesticides, GMOs, additives, and animal products. So it is very rare that you're getting something so clean in today's world. So this is going to encourage your body to detox, repair itself, nourish at a cellular level, get your metabolism back on track. You're going to have deeper, more restful sleep, optimal liver health, healthy skin and connective tissue, normal and stable blood sugar, a balanced microbiome. Your microbiome is your gut health. It's the microbiome, it's the microbiota, it's the bacteria that are in your gut. Healthy blood building, normal and regular cell division, and then weight loss. Like I'm 16 pounds down, but I am on what we call the core four. So I did the 10-day transformation, and then I am still taking the aminos, which I'm going to do forever. Like I'm not going to stop taking the products. I'm doing the aminos, I'm having a shake, and then I'm having a couple of meals now, like, approved meals. And then I'm having the tart cherry juice in the evening, and I'm still taking the gut microbiome tablet. So these are just some testimonials. And then these are all of the different products that are on their way to you or have arrived. Okay. The green Hippocrates powder drink gives you incredible energy. It is literally chock block full of nutrients. Your body will be flooded with nutrients that are bioavailable really quickly to your system. So this is not like a fast where your body is going to be absolutely starving and you're going to be craving lots of things. Then you have cracked cell chlorella. These are teeny tiny little tablets. When you open them, you'll see how tiny they are because you're taking, I think, about 16 of them, which somebody messaged me yesterday and said, 16. I said, you clearly haven't opened them because they're teeny, teeny, tiny. And then the building blocks is the MAP. This is the master amino protein. These are really important because for women especially, we do not want to be losing muscle. And that's what happens on regular diets and cleanses and juice cleanses and all of these fads is that we lose muscle. And we really do not want to be losing muscle. So not only does this, prevent us from losing muscle, It actually helps to rebuild the muscle, improve skin elasticity and connective tissue, and also helps with optimal bone density as well. And so here you have ionic elements. This is the only part that's missing in the American one that I really wish we had in ours. This is so incredible because it's great for your electrolyte balance and then for a healthy lymphatic system, optimal nutrient absorption, and precise nerve signaling. So it's a phenomenal product. It's like the cleanest electrolytes you're ever going to take. Then you're going to have the red apothecary. So this is to be taken in the evening. Just 2 tablespoons of this mixed with a glass of water. Like really only this amount, guys. Like not a lot is going to be mixed in. And then here is the herbal bitters. This is kind of like parasite, bowel regularity, helping your intestines and digestive system kind of come back online and shifting your microbiome composition. So this is a really, really important part of the cleanse. So this is your daily schedule. Do your best to, I did this specific one 10 years ago as well. If you're not up at 7 a.m., then just move everything an hour. Like if you get up at 8 a.m., well, then just do everything at 8 and 10 and noon and 2 and 4 and 6 and 8. But stick to the schedule. Whatever way you have to do that, stick to the schedule. There is so many reasons for this to have an effective cleanse to support your body adequately so that your blood sugar doesn't drop. Like so this is designed with 30 years of experience of tens of thousands of people. My friend alone has taken 60,000 people through this, and he's only one person. So they have refined this. This is a process that works. So, I'm being very specific as I speak here because I know I work with people all day, every day. That's all I do is I coach people. I know what people do. And I know that people skip things or decide to do it their way, or I'm not hungry, so I'm not going to do this, or I'll have this a little bit later. And I'm just going to say to you, don't do that. Don't do that because your body is cleansing and you do not want to be putting your body under any strain or pressure while it's cleansing. The whole idea of a cleanse, stay as hydrated as possible and rest as much as possible. So 7 a.m., 500 mils of water. You're going to take 4 master aminos for those tablets. What I do is I don't like chugging the aminos just with water. I'm just not a big just water fan. I've always been like that. So I put like a little squeeze of lemon juice into mine and it just helps me to take the amino acids really quickly. I also don't really like taking tablets, but I just put it in, swallow, put it in, swallow, put it in, swallow. You get used to it. And you're going to take 16 chlorella. And with the flax food here, I would suggest waiting. Here it says if you decide to use flax foods with your transformation, you may use those at any time that suit you. The above schedule is just a suggestion. Personally, from what I have studied, researched, and learned, it takes 23 minutes for the master aminos to go into your system and be used by your muscles. I wouldn't have a flex food straight away. I would wait. I would wait at least 30 minutes. I personally had like one flex food the first 10 days. I really wanted an intense cleanse. Like my bloods were terrible. I was exhausted. I was like all in on this. So, but you can absolutely have a flex food. Like the flex foods, in my humble opinion, really serve to um satisfy the kind of the eating part of us that we're addicted to, if that makes sense. A lot of us are really addicted to eating. So just that kind of sensation of eating, which a lot of people miss because you don't necessarily really need the flex foods. They're not like a major part of it. Then at 9 a.m., you're going to have 2 level scoops. The scoop is in your powder. You might just have to dig around for it. Somebody said yesterday it wasn't, it was. So you take 2 level scoops. Now, when I say level scoops, level the scoops off, or you will not have enough powder for your cleanse. Like follow this to the T so that you have enough product to take you through the 10 days. So the level scoops, you'll have it in 350 to 500 milliliters of water, shake it up and drink it. 16 drops of ionic elements. So you just put 16 drops into the shake if you want. And then you're going to take 2 black walnut plus. Then at 11, you're going to go back and take 4 master aminos and 16 chlorella. 30 minutes later, you can have a flex food if you want. This might be a pain in the ass for the first couple of days, but once you get into a rhythm, it'll become really, really easy. Then at 1, you're going to have another shake. And to be honest with you, I only had 2 shakes a day. So this is going to be so much easier than the form of this 10 days that I did. I only had a shake in the morning and a shake at 1, and then I had nothing for the rest of the day and I had the apothecary. So you guys get to have 3 shakes. So you really should not be hungry because the amount of nutrition that you're getting in the 3 of those shakes should be more than adequate to satisfy cravings and hunger. But please just make sure you ask any questions as you start this. Then at 1, you do the same. Then at 3, you're taking more MAPS and chlorella. 5 o'clock, you're having another shake. And then 7 o'clock in the evening, you're having your apothecary. And like just, I think it's easier just to say 2 tablespoons in a full glass of water, and you can add your ionic elements into that. Does anybody have any questions about anything so far? And just unmute yourself if you do, please.
Hi, Alison, it's
Yeah.
Mary here.
Hi, Mary.
How are you? I didn't receive the bitters or the ionic, whatever they're called there. I can't
And you
think of the
ordered
name.
the 10-day transformation?
Yeah, I did. And I just opened the pack before the meeting, and I've got
Hmm.
one, two, three, 4 products out of 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
So let me go in and check that because I can go in and check at the end of today's call. If I'll press stop and we can go in and check that in the back end. And I
excellent.
can
Thank
email
you.
them and I can see what you ordered. Because if you clicked on the 10-day transformation, you should have gotten the whole packet. So we'll fix
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
okay.
And you definitely didn't click on individual products at any stage, did you?
No, no, because I
Yeah.
wouldn't have known what to
Okay.
choose even.
No
Is it
problem.
okay to start without those 2 products if I
I
started on
wouldn't.
Monday?
I wouldn't. If
Okay.
you wanted
Okay.
to do it, let me try and get in touch. Germany's closed now, unfortunately. It's just because it's only 1 o'clock here. But let me try and get on to head office here in the States after and ask. But we'll go into my account first and I can see what was ordered on your part
Yeah,
first.
and I take a photo of the invoice I got with the product and I'll send that
Brilliant.
to you.
That would be
Okay.
amazing. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Alison.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
so welcome. So these are flex foods if you choose to have flex foods. So one of the things that I find really helpful in the morning, if you're feeling really tired, apples have the same effect as a cup of coffee. They're also just really full of quercetin. They're amazing for you. So one medium-sized apple, you can have a half a large avocado or one small avocado, 1 cup of sliced watermelon. If you're really craving sugar, like I was the first couple of days, I found the cup of sliced watermelon really helped with that. Like it just hit the spot. Or a cup of berries or red bell peppers. Half a cup of squash, zucchini, spinach, broccoli, cabbage. I will put a QR code in the link to a Facebook group here in the States where they have like amazing food ideas for flex foods. Um, Cucumber you can have as much as you like. Like you can have endless amounts of cucumber and celery. There's no limit on cucumber and celery. So if you want to just keep snacking on something, cucumber and celery will not affect the cleanse. You can have as much as you want. To unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk, unsweetened decaffeinated tea, so basically herbal teas. Hot water with lemon, a teaspoon of honey and cinnamon. And so if you're really, really craving the sugar, personally, I would say stay away from the honey so that you can really come off sugar. Clear vegetable broth, I find really, really helpful in the first kind of few days for that like soothing, warming, nourishing feeling. When I was having like massive emotional upheavals move through, I found that when I had like a cup or a bowl of vegetable broth, organic, everything needs to be organic vegetable broth. I just found it very comforting. And sometimes we just need that, especially if a lot of emotions and energy is moving through us. You can have any platinum drink, that's just the company here. Most of you wouldn't have any of these because you're not like consistently using their products. And so can you have a flex food that's not on the list? I mean, it says here as long as it's a fruit or veggie of reasonable portion size, then substituting flex food should be a fairly simple process. I mean, I'm just a big fan of sticking to the program. They know what works. It's only 10 days. These are the foods that they know create the best results. And they obviously just know that people don't follow the rules a lot of the time. But, doing this is going to train your system to have better habits, to detox from sugar, to not be craving carbs. It's going to give your body a really good chance to reset. And, if you do decide to put flex foods in, like take your time eating the apple. Don't rush through anything. Like I found the apple to be so sweet and so amazing. And I was really, really, really enjoying it. So chew all the food thoroughly and continue throughout the day to drink so much water. Yes, you will be going to the bathroom a lot. But you're also cleansing and detoxing, and your body is going to be purging a lot of toxins. This is the lifestyle. It doesn't apply to you. That's if you're continuing on after the 10 days. These are flex meals, does not apply to the 10-day cleanse. So this is all about after. We can talk about that at a different stage if anybody wants to continue with the products. But does anybody have any questions or anything that's kind of coming up for them? You probably have more questions as you move into the cleanse for the first 3 days, which is what the WhatsApp group is for. But does anybody have any kind of burning questions or things that they're unsure of or things that they're nervous about?
Hi, Alison, it's Eleanor. What are the things to look out for? The things that'll trip you up.
Your own mind,
Yeah, in
stories
your
we
own
tell
mind.
ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah. So like, be super mindful. I literally just left a voice note for a client who is in a cycle of binge eating. Actually, that's one
yeah,
of the reasons she's working with me. And I, was just saying to her, you got to watch your own stories.
yeah,
You've got to be able to have that level of self-awareness to not believe your own bullshit. Like
yeah,
your mind will tell you, it's really your ego, actually.
yeah,
That's like, this is really dangerous. This cleanse is like, you're exhausted. What are you doing this for? It doesn't really matter. Just have a slice of pizza. Sure, what difference is a bit of sugar? Like the first 3 days, James was eating something when he got into the car from school, and I think it
yeah.
was sweets or jellies. And I went through this whole scenario in my head for like 20 minutes.
Mm,
Just have a handful of his sweets. No one's gonna know. Like this is the ego. This is the really sly, devious part of all of us. It's
mm,
like,
yeah,
who's gonna know? Just don't tell anyone,
yeah,
and just it's not just one handful is not going to ruin the whole cleanse. These are all the kind of things that were going on in my mind. And so we have to be really proficient at not believing our own shit
yeah,
and of overriding that and saying, no, I've committed to this. I've invested a lot of money in it. I've committed to it and I'm sticking with it. So,
yeah,
I just said to my client there, what do you know works for you in that moment?
yeah,
She goes, going for a walk and taking a sauna. I said, right. So every time your mind starts with that kind of stuff,
yeah,
go for a walk or take a sauna. Or some people say, having a bath or, just distracting yourself with this cleanse, I would say, go to bed, take a rest.
yeah,
If you have
yeah,
overwhelming cravings and you're exhausted and your emotions are at an all-time high, go to bed.
yeah.
You're on a
Okay.
10 cleanse, so as much rest as possible during this cleanse. And that's also going to bring up a lot, especially for women. You're lazy. What are you doing in bed? You shouldn't be doing this. Like all of that stuff will start coming up. So
Yeah,
that is really to watch out for the tricks that your own mind plays on you, and it will.
yeah, yeah.
And it will
Okay.
because you're going to be also killing off parasites. And the parasites don't want to die. And they're not just going to die, willingly. They're going
Yeah,
to fight for survival. And that might look like an overwhelming craving for sugar or an overwhelming craving for meat. So parasites have two food
okay.
sources. Some are fed on meat, some are fed on sugar. They're not all fed by the same food source. But so they might like just be like, just have the meat, just have some meat, just have some. Like one of the girls said to me that she just like, she saw like a pig and she was like, I want to eat the whole pig. She was like, oh my God, I've never had a thought like that in my life. Like she doesn't just want to eat the whole pig. And she knew that wasn't her. She's like, that's
Yeah,
not my thought. That is like
yeah,
something in my body that's fighting for survival, you know?
yeah,
So your
yeah,
body is going to be cleansing. And we use food to numb a lot
yeah,
in the modern world. So we numb everything with food. We're sitting on the couch, we go to the cupboard, we get a biscuit, we keep going for more and more stuff. So you're going to be creating a lot of space here. And when we create
Yeah.
space, all of that stuff that we haven't been willing to be with, and when we slow down, it is going to come up. So one of the most powerful ways, in my humble opinion, to work with
Yeah.
yourself is to journal it all out. Journal, write it out, write out the thoughts. Write out the feelings,
Okay.
write out
Yeah.
what's coming up for you. Listen to yourself. Take time to listen to yourself for the first time in a long time for a lot of people, you know? So I hope that,
Okay. Thanks for that.
yeah, you're welcome. Anyone else have any questions? So we'll jump on another call next week and I will send this recording on. But any questions you have, just pop me, a message in the WhatsApp group. And, if there's resources you need or help with different things or ideas, use that as a resource. There's no such thing as a stupid question, I always say. And, everybody's journey and everybody's experience with this is going to be very different. Everybody's at a different emotional journey, a different health journey, and everybody's body is at a different stage. So, everybody's going to be having a different experience, but there are going to be similar themes that come up as far as like emotions, releasing, shedding the old. Like your toxins can't be released when we're constantly giving our body work to do, like when we're constantly putting food in. That's why I've never been a big fan since I studied nutrition of the snacking culture that began, because when you're snacking, you're not giving your digestive system a rest. And it's actually really not good for our body. I'm a huge fan of like, unless you have blood sugar issues, sticking to meals and that's it. Because usually snacking is just filling a void of some kind. We're not really starving. Like none of us are ever really starving in today's world. It's very rare, unless you're someone that just gets up, doesn't have breakfast or lunch, and just skips meals all day, and you're starving in the evening. And then we're having another conversation about why you're doing that, and where your priorities are, and looking at things from a different perspective. So yeah, best of luck. I'm excited for you. Mary, stay on with me. So there's three little yellow butterflies dancing inside my window, and there's three of you on the call today. And I'm like, that's so cute. My eyes just got taken to that. So for those of you watching this back, if you're not in the WhatsApp group, send me a message and I will add you. But you should all be in there, and happy cleansing.